Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to bring you, using Action PC Baseball, the Beatles Eternally All-Decade Tournament. And this will pit the all-decade teams from the 1800s to 2000, brought to you by Beatles Eternally, and they'll battle for the ultimate prize, the Decade World Series. So once again, thank you to Beatles Eternally. We'll be bringing you the ultimate prize, the Decade World Series. This is the seedings. 1980 decade will take on the 1900s best out of 3 in round 1. Then you'll have the 1910 decade take on 1990 decade. Again, best out of 3. And that's in the upper bracket. The lower bracket, round 1, 1960 versus 1930, 1940 versus 1970. Getting the byes into the second round, the 2000 decade and the 1800 century, the 1920 decade and the 1950 decade. That's the way I chose it. I had to do it some way, I just picked. So, first round, best out of 3. This is not a one-and-done tournament. There's too many good players. First round, best out of 3. Second round, best out of 5. Third round, best out of 7. And the Ultimate Decade World Series, best out of 7. Brought to you by Beatles Eternally. And we're going to start off with 1980 versus the 1900s, Game 1. So bear with me as I set up the game. I'll leave this screen up as you can see the seedings, and I'll do all that I need to do to set up the game in the background. Actually, I can't do that. I think I can. Let's hit play. And I'm going to let the computer will pick the lineups for both teams, and I will choose a team to play. Computer lineup. All players are eligible. Computer lineup. Alright, so we'll have the first game up in a moment. Oh boy, that's not good. There we go. Sorry about the old arrows. As it's going to be the 1980 decade versus the 1900 decade. Let's see if we have pictures for Stone and Thomas. Alright, I'm going to play as, we'll ask the chat, we have 4 people watching. Should I play as the 1980 decade or the, you know what, I'm going to play as Dead Ball in honor of Beatles. So I will take control of the Dead Ball era. So the 1980 decade will be controlled by the computer. I will play as the 1900s. So here we go. The starting 9 for the 80 decade: Tim Raines in left field. Batting first, Ryan Sandberg at second. Batting second, Wade Boggs batting third, playing third base. Dwight Evans in right field. Batting fourth, Keith Hernandez batting fifth, playing first base. Cal Ripken Jr. batting sixth, he's a shortstop. Dale Murphy's in center field, batting seventh. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Gary Carter. And pitching for the 1980 decade team, Steve Rogers. And he's batting ninth. There's no DH. No DH. For the 1900 dead ball year. Batting first, playing center field, Roy Thomas. Batting second, playing second base, Nap LaJoy. Batting third, playing right field, Buck Freeman. Batting fourth in left field, George Stone. Batting fifth, playing first base, Dan McGann. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Bobby Wallace. Batting seventh, third baseman, Bill Bradley. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Johnny Kling. Batting ninth, doing the pitching, Jack Chesbro. Jerry Ball says, hello Al, go dead ball stars. Ken Castro, dead ball, yes. And maybe the chat will help me manage the dead ball team. I'm going to try to find some pictures real quick for these guys. Bear with me, I should be able to. It's not letting me click on the roster. Alright, I think I have to start the game first. And then I should be able to click on the roster. Alright, so Tim Raines is at bat. And Raines, in his best season, I think this is how, or his average, I think maybe this is average, 307, 10 home runs, 57 RBIs. So Tim Raines, switch hitting left fielder, batting lefty, off Chesbro. Chesbro, 21 and 12 with 1 save, 2.44. I think this is an average of his career or best seasons, I'm not quite sure. And hopefully, let's click on Chesbro. 1903. So this is his 1903 season. Alright, that's how that works. So in 1903, Jack Chesbro, 21 and 12, 1 save, 2.44, struck out 137, walked 56. Tim Raines' season, $1985. That's where he gets a 307. 10 homers, 57 RBIs. Raines, 10 out of 10 bunter. We're going to play our corners in. So Bradley in at third, McGann in at first. Bradley, 8 out of 10 defensive range. Wallace, 9 out of 10. LaJoy, 8 out of 10 at second. McGann, 5 out of 10 at first. Kling behind the plate, 8 out of 10 defensive range, 7 arm. Stone, 4 out of 5 range, average arm, 5 out of 10. Thomas, 9 out of 10 range with 5 out of 10 arm. And Freeman, 5 out of 10 range with 4 arm. Here's the pitch to Raines. We are on our way. Game 1, round 1 of the Ultimate World Series Tournament, decade style. Raines lines to Stone for out number 1. Beatles Eternally has joined us in the chat. We have Jerry Ball, Ken Castro, Beatles Eternally. Beatles says, hey buddy, I really appreciate this. I'm so tired, 5 a.m. I definitely watch tomorrow. Thank you again, night. Take care, my friend. Jerry Ball says hello to Ken. Ken says hello to everybody. And back to the ball game. So one out, here comes Ryan Sandberg. And this season is 1989 for Ryan Sandberg. 288. 21 homers, 84 RBIs. And again, we're going to play our corners in. He's an 8 out of 10 bunter. And I'm playing as the dead ball decade. So Bradley in at third, McGann in at first. 1 out, no one on. Chesbro gets a sign from Klingy, deals to Sandberg. Sandberg singles to left center field, takes a wide turn, but stays at first. Sandberg, 10 out of 10 base running ability, 64% chance of stealing second. McGann holding him on, and here comes Wade Boggs. And what season are they using for Wade Boggs? 1988, Boggs went 335, 9 homers, 68 RBIs. 1988, Morgan Magic with Walpole Joe as the manager. Red Sox came out of nowhere to win the East in the American League. Chesbro throws over, Sandberg's back. Pitch out. Sandberg doesn't go. 1 ball, no strikes. Boggs digs in. The windup and the pitch to Wade. There goes Sandberg, and that's a shot to right. And Sandberg's going to go first to third on the hit and run. So runners on the corners now. Here comes Dwight Evans, another Boston Red Sox. And they're using 1985 for Evans, 291, 29 homers, 97 runs batted in. 1900s, looking for the double play up the middle with Wallace and LaJoy. Chesborough kicks and fires. Evans sends that ball out to center field. Thomas has a beat on it, makes the catch. Tagging up from third and scoring is Sandberg. In the 1980s have a 1-0 lead. Keith Hernandez steps to the plate, New York Met. And what season are they using for Keith? 1982. He might have been still with the Cardinals in 82. I think he's still with the Cardinals in 82. So that's 312, 14 homers, and 94 RBIs. 2 outs. Boggs at first. He'll be off on contact. McGann holding him on. Hernandez the lefty. Kling sets the target. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. And that's a fly ball deep to left center field, and Thomas makes the running catch after trackside retired. 1980 decade scores first on the sac fly. Sandberg scores 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first, 2 up. For the dead ball decade of 1900, Thomas, LaJoy, and Friedman. Let's see if we can find a pitcher for Thomas. Let's go to roster tools, player photos. Bear with me a moment. I like to have the pictures. I'm a visual kind of guy. Alright. Thomas. Who are we looking for? L. Thomas. Okay, we got that one in. And okay. Now we need Freeman and Stone. Again, just bear with me, we're getting the photos up, so we need Freeman and Stone. Here's George Stone. We got that one. Now we need Freeman. Buck Freeman. Oh wow, is it Buck A. Freeman or Buck J. Freeman or just Buck Freeman? I think it's Buck J. Freeman because there's a Buck Freeman too. Well, we're gonna go with Buck J. Freeman. I don't know what these guys look like. There we go. We got all the starters' pictures in. Yes, we know we're open. Again, all players are eligible. All right, on to the ball game once again. Bottom of the first. Pitchers are now loaded. And stepping to the plate, Roy Thomas. And this is from 1904. I have no clue who he played for. And 286. 1 home run, 29 RBIs. Nine out of 10 bunter. We're going for the bunt hit. So Rogers is on the mound. Steve Rogers, Expo. And his season, 1980. And Rogers went 14. Wow, they used this 14-12. We had a 298 near earned run average. 154 strikeouts. Behind the plate, Gary Carter. Boggs at third. Ripken at short. Sandberg at second. Hernandez at first. Raines in left. Murphy in center, Evans in right. We're going to go bunt base hit. Here's the pitch by Rogers. Thomas squares the bunt. He drops one down, and they get him on the wheel play. So Carter throws to... No, it's an error! He throws the ball away. And Thomas reaches second. Counting my chickens before they hatch. All right. Tying run at second base, 9 out of 10 base runner. And here comes Nap LaJoy. If anyone in the chat knows who Nap played for, please tell me. We're using his 1903 season, 355, 7 homers, 104 runs batted in, and he's a 10 out of 10 bunter. But we're going to let Nap LaJoy swing away. He drove in 104 runs. The windup and the pitch by Rogers. LaJoy swings, sends that ball to shallow center, left field, left center. Murphy makes the catch, and it's a diving catch. And we have a 59% chance of tagging up. And we're going to send him. Here's a throw by Murphy, and safe is Thomas. Tying run 90 feet away, heads up base running by Thomas, and stepping to plate is Buck Freeman. And this is his 1901 season, 308, 11 homers, 94 runs driven in. Gary Carter goes through the signs. Rogers nods his head, he deals to Freeman. Freeman grounds it to Ripken deep in the hole. We're sending Thomas, and Ripken will throw to first for the out, but Thomas scores from third. It's a 1-1 ball game, and that's what you call small ball in the dead ball era. Ken Castro says Cleveland. Which player is from Cleveland, Ken? From Socket, Rhode Island. So 2 outs, bases empty, 1-1 ball game. Here comes George Stone, 1907 season. So when you're saying where they are in the chat, put the player's name too, because it's a little behind. So George Stone, we're using the 1907 season, 307, 3 home runs, 51 RBIs. And this is going to take a little longer at first, because I'm trying to read off the stuff and give you some familiarity to it. So 2 outs, no one on, 1-1 ball game. Dead ball has answered to tie the game up. Rogers deals to Stone. Here's the pitch. Stone sends that ball to center field. Murphy's there, makes the catch, side retire. So the top of the second, 2 up for the 1980 decade. Ripken, Murphy, and Carter to face Chesbro. And the season for Ripken's 1987, 301, 33 homers, 97 RBIs. Chesbro gets a sign from Kling. He deals to Ripken. Ripken swings, and that's past LaJoy and Wallace up the middle. Leadoff single for Cal Ripken, 4 out of 10 base running ability. McCann holding him on. Dale Murphy steps to the plate. And the season they're using from center fielder Dale Murphy is 1980. I'm sorry, 1984. 279, 27 homers, 103 runs batted in. Dead ball looking to turn 2 up the middle with Wallace and LaJoy. Chesbro gets the sign. He deals to Murphy. Then he strikes him out. 1 away. Here comes Gary Carter. And the season they're using for Gary Carter, 1981. So Carter was still with the Expos then. 277. 21 homers, 89 runs driven in. 1 out, 1 on. Chesbro peeks to first. Looks to the plate. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Carter. Carter grounds it to LaJoy. To Wallace. On to McCann. Double play, inning over. 4 to 6 to 3. You won't see a prettier TP than that. Ken Castro says in the chat, Al, sacrifices with 1 out, off was the norm. I could see that in dead ball. Alright, 2 up for the dead ball decade. McGann, Wallace, and Bradley. Dan McGann, they're using the 1903 season. 288, 3 homers, 67 runs batted in. And he's a 9 out of 10 bunter. And the corners are in for the 1980 decade team. Boggs in at third, Hernandez in at first. McGann will swing away. The wind-up and the pitch by Rogers. McGann sends that ball to right field. Evans is there and makes the catch, 1 down. Number 6 batter, the shortstop, Bobby Wallace. This is the 1901 season for Bobby Wallace, 297, 3 home runs, 84 RBIs. Wallace, right-handed batter. Infield back to normal. We're going with a bunt hit here. Here's the pitch by Rogers. Wallace squares. It's a good one, and he will have a. Is it going to be an error? It's an E1. I would have given him a hit, but Wallace is on no matter what. Another error. That's 2 errors on the 1980 decade team. Wallace 7 out of 10 base running ability. Here comes Bill Bradley and the season. They're using for Bradley 1903, 281, 4 homers, 58 RBIs. They're going to play hit and run here, as Bradley's a 6 out of 10 hit and run. Infield Norman from the 80 decade team. Carter sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bradley. Hit and runs on. There goes Wallace, swing and a miss, and Carter throws that ball into center field, and Wallace goes first to third. Another error by the 1980 decade team here in Game 1, best of 3 out of all games are played at this neutral ballpark, Camden Yards. So Wallace 90 feet away. It counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bradley's got to put this ball in play, and the dead ballers will have the lead 2-1. Rogers has to bear down. Takes a deep breath. He rocks and fires. Bradley swings, sends that ball out to Murphy, right center field. I think it's going to be deep enough. He makes the catch. Wallace tags and scores. 2-1 dead ball era. Dan the Man, Jerry Balsas, played for the New York Giants. Clinton Park says, well, let me mess with you, Al. According to Saber, the name is actually pronounced Chesbro. Cheesebro. I'm saying Chesbro. Chad for short. Thank you, Clinton Parks. Alright, 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Johnny Kling, excuse me. And let's see what year we're using here. 1906. Who did Johnny Kling play for? Batted .260. 1 homer, 46 RBIs. Did they see the team? Yeah. 2-1 dead ballers. The windup and the pitch to Kling. And he sends out to right center field. Murphy on the run, looking up, and he makes the leaping catch and bangs into the wall. And that will end the bottom of the second. That robbed extra bases, possibly a home run. What a play by Dale Murphy. And Rogers tips his cap to him. Go to the top of the third, 2-1 dead ballers. Due up for the 80 decade, Rogers, and the top of the order, Raines and Sandberg. Here's the pitch to Rogers, and he strikes him out. Chesbro strikes him out. Tim Raines steps to the plate. Corners move in for the dead ballers. Bradley in at third, McGann in at first. Raines 0 for 1. Kling sets the target. Here's the pitch to Tim Raines. Grounder to Wallace at short. Quickly releases to McGann. It's going to be a close call, and he is out by the hair of his chinny chin. Nice play by Wallace. Good strong throw to McGann. So 2 outs, base is empty. Ryan Sandberg steps to the plate. He singled and scored a run. Corners again move in. Sandberg 8 out of 10 bunter. Chesbro with the windup and the pitch. Sandberg is jammed. It's a pop-up towards second. LaJoy calling for it, and he makes the catch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-1 dead ballers. Decade 1900. Coming up, pitcher Chesbro, and then the top of the order Thomas and LaJoy. Rogers deals to his counterpart, and he lines out to Tim Raines in left. Good piece, but right at Raines. One out, base is empty. Here comes Thomas. He's 0 for 1. Corners in. He's an excellent bunter. Boggs in at third. Hernandez in at first. Gary Carter wiggles the fingers. Rogers nods his head. He deals to Thomas. Thomas swings. It's a slow dribbler. Ripken comes charging in. Bare hands and throws to Hernandez, and they just get Thomas. Turnabout is fair play. Nice play by Cal Ripken. Barehanded that slow ground ball back up the middle. So 2 outs, base is empty, and here comes Nat LaJoy. He's 0 for 1. He'll attempt a bunt base hit. He drops one. Carter lets it roll foul. Counts now no balls, 2 strikes. LaJoy ready to swing away. Infield, outfield, normal for the 80 decade team. LaJoy awaits the Rogers offering. Here it is. LaJoy swings, and he shoots that ball to right center field for a 2-out single. LaJoy, excellent base runner. Hernandez holding him on at first, and here comes Buck Freeman. He's 0 for 1. We're going to play unorthodox with 2 outs. We're playing hit and run. Here's the pitch to Freeman. Hit and run on. He swings, and he reaches for it. He pops towards the first base foul line, and it's out of play. We lucked out there. Hernandez ran out of room. Jerry Ball says, "Go dead ball Stars." Bill Bradley, third base, Cleveland. Cubs for Kling. Thank you very much, gentlemen. So Freeman behind the count, 0-2. LaJoy will be off on contact. The windup and the pitch by Steve Rogers. Oh, he throws over. LaJoy dives back. Close call, but safe. Sneaky move there by Rogers. LaJoy smiles at him. Rogers peeks to first. Now in at Carter. He deals to Freeman. Freeman swings, sends that ball out to right center field. Evans has a beat on it, and he makes the catch in front of the wall. Nice play by Dewey. Over the top of the fourth, 2-1 dead ballers. 2 up for the 1980 decade team. Boggs, Evans, and Hernandez, if anyone gets on, Ripken. Chesbro up to 43 pitches, good for 150. Wade Boggs 1 for 1. Chesbro gets the sign from Kling. Here's the pitch to Boggs. And Boggs works a walk. Good eye there by Wade. Tying run at first. 4 out of 10 base running ability for Boggs. Below average. McGann holding him on. Dwight Evans steps to the plate. He walked his first time up. No, he had a sacrifice fly. Excuse me, he had the RBI. Chesbro throws over to first. Boggs is back, but just barely. Caught him leaning. Possible hit and run on here. Evans is not a good hit and run player. 3 out of 10. Kling wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch to Dewey. Evans swings, he's jammed. It's a pop-up towards second base. Wallace, the shortstop, calling it, and he makes the catch. 1 down. So 1 out, 1 on. Here comes Keith Hernandez. He is 0 for 1. The dead ballers want to turn 2 up the middle with Wallace and LaJoy. Chesbro deals to Hernandez. Keith swings, sends that ball out to left field, deep and off the wall. Stone retrieves it. Boggs will be waved around. We only have a 15% chance, and we'll throw to the cutoff man as Boggs scores on the Hernandez 1-out double, and it's a 2-2 ball game. Cal Ripken comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1. A chance to put the 1980 decade team ahead. Hernandez 7 out of 10 base running ability. 1 out. Ripken 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. On deck is Dale Murphy. Chesbro gets the sign. He rocks and fires. Ripken swings, grounder up the middle. Wallace comes. No, LaJoy gets it, and he throws to third. and they get Hernandez as Bradley tags him out. What a heads-up play by LaJoie at second. The ball got by Wallace. LaJoie's right behind him, practically backhands it and quickly fires a strike to Bradley, who applies the tag on Keith Hernandez. He didn't know what hit him. So 2 down. That's a huge play. 2-2 ball game. Rifkin's at first. Here comes Dale Murphy. Murphy, 27 home runs in his year of choice. Chesbrough peeks to first. Now he deals to Murphy. Murphy swings, dribbler, Wallace comes across. No, again LaJoie makes the diving stop, throws to first, and the inning is over. Wallace missed the ball. LaJoie dives, springs up, and throws to first to get the runner. What a play. But the 1980 Decade team does tie it on the double by Keith Hernandez. We go to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 2, game 1, best of 3, round 1. The Beatles Eternally All-Decade Tournament. 2 up for the dead ballers, Stone, McGann, and Wallace. Stone 0 for 1. And we're going to drop the bunt down. And he drops it down. Carter fields and throws to Sandberg on the wheel play. Did they get him? Yes, they did. 1 down. Here comes Dan McGann. He's 0 for 1. Corners in. Boggs in at third. Hernandez in at first. Let's see if McGann can slap it by them. Rogers readies himself. Wind up and the pitch to McGann. McGann swings, sends it out to right field. Evans has a beat on it, makes the catch, 2 down. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes Bobby Wallace. And he can thank his sunny stars, or whatever you want to say, that LaJoie saved him on 2 plays. Outstanding second base play by LaJoie. So 2 outs, no one on. Rogers looking for a 1-2-3 inning here for the 1980 Decade team. He deals to Wallace. Wallace swings, sends that ball out deep to right field. Evans racing towards the corner and makes the diving catch. Dwight Evans, unbelievable catch, robbing extra bases. Side retired. We go to the top of the 5th, tied at 2. 2 up for the 80 Decade. Carter, Rogers, the top of the order. Raines, nice play by Dewey. Holy cow. As Audie Murphy's joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Thank you for coming back. As he says, some action, PC action. Gary Carter 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Carter. Carter singles up the middle. Go ahead run at first. 6 out of 10 base running ability. Good running catcher. Here comes Rogers. He's probably going to sacrifice. We're going to move our corners in and try to get the runner at second. Bradley in at third, McGann in at first. We're going to go aggressive with Rogers. Kling sets the target. The windup and the pitch by Chesbrough. It's a bunt. And the play goes to first to LaJoie on the wheel play. 1 out. Carter in scoring position. The go-ahead run at second. 1 out, top of the 5th. 2-2 ball game. Top of the order. Tim Raines is 0 for 2. Kling and Chesbrough can't get on the same page. Chesbrough gives a stern look to his catcher. Now he nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Raines. And he strikes him out! So Chesbrough wanted to throw the off-speed pitch. And that's what he did. He gets the strikeout. And again he gives a stern look to his catcher. Like, I know what I'm doing. So 2 outs. Carter will be off on contact. Ryan Sandberg, Cubs second baseman, 1 for 2 today. And he's scored a run, chance to put the 1980 Decade team ahead. He's ready to grip and rip. Infield, outfield, straightaway and normal. Kling wiggles the fingers. The windup and the pitch to Sandberg. Sandberg singles up the middle. Thomas doesn't throw. He throws to the cutoff man. Scoring from second is Gary Carter. Clutch 2-out single by Sandberg. The 1980 Decade team takes a 3-2 lead over the dead ballers. Game 1, best of 3, round 1 of this tournament. Here comes Wade Boggs. Boggs is 1 for 1. He has walked once also. Sandberg Very good base runner, 10 out of 10 base running skills. McGann holding him on. Chesbro deals to Boggs. Boggs grounds it. Bradley dives, springs up, and throws to McGann. They get Boggs by a mile. What a play by Bradley at third side, retired. But the 80 Decade team jumps ahead on the 2-out single by Sandberg. It's now 3-2. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Due up for the dead ballers, Bradley, Kling, and Chesbro. As Jerry Ball in the chat says, Chesbro throwing the cheese, LOL. As everyone's saying hello to Audie Murphy. Thank you for joining me for this special event brought to you by Beatles Eternally. And bear with me, a lot of these players I do not know. I'm bringing you a Deadpool. You guys love Deadpool? Well, I'm giving it to you. I greatly appreciate your time. Bradley steps to plate. He's 0 for 1. We're not going to bunt. I've been bunting a lot. We're swinging away, ripping and ripping. The windup and the pitch by Rogers. Bradley swings. That's going up the middle. Sandberg backhands it, throws to Hernandez. 1 down. Nice play by Ryan. So 1 out, no one on. Here comes Johnny Kling, the catcher. 0 for 1. Right-handed batter. Carter and Rogers can't get on the same page. Now they're all set. Rogers kicks and fires. Kling swings, sends that ball deep to left center field. Dale Murphy on the run, reaches out and dives and makes the diving catch at the warning track and slides into the wall. Wow, Dale Murphy has made a couple of outstanding plays here. And that could have been a triple very easily. Instead, it's out number 2, and Steve Rogers tips his cap once again to his center fielder, Dale Murphy. Tim Raines is applauding the effort. So 2 outs, no one on. Here comes the pitcher, Chesbro. He's 0 for 1. Rogers deals to his counterpart. Chesbro swings and lines out to Raines. I think that's the second time he's done that. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times with nothing to show. We go to the top of the 6th. 3-2, 1980 over the dead ballers. Due up for the 80 Decade team. Evans, Hernandez, and Ripken to face Chesbro. 84 pitches. It's good for 150. Evans is 0 for 1. Does have a sacrifice fly for an RBI. Here's the pitch to Dewey. Evans swings and singles up the middle. McGann holding him on. Evans a good base runner, 7 out of 10 skill. And here comes Keith Hernandez, 1 for 2. He has the RBI that has put the 1980 Decade team ahead of the dead ballers. Wallace and LaJoy pitching in the middle, looking to turn 2. Here's the pitch. Hernandez swings. It's a dribbler. McGann fields it and takes it to the first base bag himself for the out. Worked just like a bunt. Evans advances to second. Big insurance run there. Here comes Cal Ripken. Ripken's 1 for 2. Made a great play on a slow dribbler back up the middle, barehanded, threw the runner out at first. Chesbro peeks over his shoulder. Now he deals to Ripken, and Ripken walks. Sets up the double play ball. For the dead ballers, here comes Dale Murphy, who's played outstanding center field. He's 0 for 2 though. 1 out, 2 on, 3-2, 1980 Decade team. Kling sets the target. Chesbro rocks and fires. Murphy goes down on strikes. Big swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. On the 0-2 count, so 2 outs, 2 on. Runners will be off on contact. Here's the catcher, Gary Carter. Carter's 1 for 2. He scored a run. He scored the go-ahead run on the Hernandez double. No, I'm sorry, Boggs scored. So 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Carter. Carter lines out to LaJoy. Nice play by LaJoy. Snatched that ball out of the air. Side retired to go to the bottom of the 6th. Dead ballers trail by 1, 3-2. Due up for the dead ballers. Top of the order, Thomas, LaJoy, and Friedman. Thomas 0 for 2. Corners in. Rogers kicks and fires. Thomas swings, sends that ball deep to center field. Murphy's there, makes the catch. That hung up. 1 down. Nap LaJoy steps up plate. He's 1 for 2. He has a single. 7 out of 10 bunter. He's going to drop one down. It's a good one. It's going to be a close play, and they get him on the wheel play. 2 down. Carter threw to Sandberg covering the bag. So 2 outs, no one on. Buck Freeman 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch by Rogers. Dribbler up the middle. Sandberg dives from his knees, throws to Hernandez. Side retired. Oh, wow. Freeman was robbed of a hit. We go to the top of the 7th, 3-2, 1980 decade over the dead ballers. It's going to be Rogers, the pitcher, then the top of the order. Raines and Sandberg to face Chesbro. Chesbro, 107 pitches. So far, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. He's walked 2, struck out 4. He deals to his counterpart. And he strikes him out once again. Top of the order, 1 out. Tim Raines comes to the plate. Corners move in for the dead ballers. Bradley in at third, McGann in at first. Raines digs in that left-hander's batter's box. He's a switch hitter, batting lefty off the right-handed Trunk Chesbro. Clayton sets the target. Here's the pitch to Raines. Grounder back to Chesbro. He throws to McGann, out number 2. So 2 outs, no one on. Ryan Sandberg, to me so far, is player of the game, 2 for 3 with an RBI, a run scored, and some fine defense up the middle. Chesbro nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Ryan Sandberg. And that's another hit. And that's going to be a double. As Sandberg slides in safely. There's an injury. And Sandberg is out of the game. Ricky Henderson will come in to run for him. So Sandberg is hurt. I don't know how long for. Ricky Henderson's in the game. 10 out of 10 base running ability. And Wade Boggs comes in plate. Chesbro tries to pick off Henderson, but he dives back in safely as LaJoy tried to sneak in behind him. Chesbro again looks over his shoulder. He deals to Boggs. Boggs grounds it to LaJoy. LaJoy flips to McGann, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-2, 1980 over the dead ballers. And now in at second, Whitaker for the injured Ryan Sandberg. And the season of losing for Whitaker, the Detroit second baseman, is 1985, and Whitaker batted .282 with 17 homers and 92 RBIs. Again, all players are eligible for both teams. There's no roster in this tournament. Stone's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Rogers. Stone swings up the middle past the lunge of Ripken. Tying run at first. Stone 8 out of 10 base runner. Corners in. McGann 10 out of 10 bunter. 5 out of 10 hit and run. We're playing hit and run. Here's the pitch to McGann. Hit and run on. And he sends that ball to right field, right at Evans. And racing back to first is Stone. 1 out. 1 on. 3-2. Dead ballers have to score a run here. Wallace at the plate. 0 for 2. He'll be swinging away. Rogers peeks to first. Gets a sign from Carter. He deals to Wallace. And he strikes him out. 2 down. Stone will be off on contact. Bill Bradley steps in place at third baseman. 0 for 2. Again, Hernandez holding Stone on. Rogers looks to first, now to the plate. Nods his head. He rocks and fires. Bradley swings. Back to Rogers. Over to Hernandez. Side retired. For the top of the 8th. 3-2. 1980 decade over the 1900 dead ballers. Chesbro, 119 pitches, still strong. He's gone 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 2, struck out 5. They'll face Evans, Hernandez, and Ripken. Can the dead ballers do it? Audie Murphy in the chat says, I remember going to Tiger Stadium in 84-85 chanting Lou. Such great teams. They had really good teams. Jerry Ball giving us an update on the game he's rolling. Top of the 4th here. 1973 Giants 3, 73 Pirates 1. Scott Howard has joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Jerry Balls is Buck Freeman, a great Washington Senator and Red Sox player. As I'm losing my voice a bit. Evans 1 for 2 with an RBI. Chesbrough deals to Dewey. Evans swings, sends that ball to left field, and Stone doesn't even have to move. 1 out. Keith Hernandez 1 for 3. Knocked in the go-ahead run with his double. Left-handed batter. Chesbrough looks in at Kling. Kling sets the target. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. And that's past McGann. Down the line, Freeman gets to it quickly, holding Hernandez to a single. 1 out, 1 on. Ripken's up 1 for 2. He has a single. The dead ballers look to turn 2 up the middle. Here's the pitch to Cal. Ripken swings, slow roller. Wallace has it. Quickly to LaJoie. LaJoie leaps over Hernandez onto McGann. There's the double play side. No! They called him safe. McGann leaps in the air in protest, arguing with the first base umpire. Wow! Close play. I thought Ripken was out. Instead, 2 outs, runner at first, and Dale Murphy, who has been nothing but a web gem in center, comes to the plate. 0 for 3 go at the plate. Ripken will be off on contact. Chesbrough pays no attention to Cal. Gets the sign from Kling. They'll wind up being the pitch to Murphy. And it's a dribbler. That's a fair ball. Attempt a risky play. Out chance 2%. No. So Murphy on a dribbler that just dribbles down the line, third baseline, gets an infield hit. We had only a 2% chance of getting him out. I didn't want to throw the ball away. Here comes Gary Carter. 2 outs, 2 on. Carter, decade catcher, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Chesbrough up to 129 pitches. Takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch to Carter. Carter grounds it to Wallace. Wallace flips to LaJoie for the force outside, retired to go to the bottom of the 8th. The 1980 decade team holds a 1-run lead over the Dead Ballers 3-2. 2 up for the Dead Ballers. Kling, Chesbrough, and Thomas. Kling is 0 for 2. We might go to a pinch hitter here. Just having a zillion guys on this team. Rogers is a right-hander. We're gonna go. My God, we got so many players. Oh my God, we have Hornus Wagner. The computer didn't start Hornus Wagner. Why did we not start Hornus Wagner? That's the last time I let the computer pick. Hornus Wagner will come into pinch hit. How do you not start Hornus Wagner? Again, I let the computer pick both teams. Tribes fans here, how are you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. RNGIDP, Craig is in the house. Remember to check out his channel. I'm sure he's going live after this. Or before this. Feel free to check both out for his. So, the computer chose not to start Hornus Wagner. And he's going to pinch hit here. Corners move in, but he's swinging away. And the year they're using for Wagner, 1905, Wagner batted .355, 7 home runs, 100 RBI. Rogers deals to Wagner, the pinch hitter. Wagner swings, grounds into Ripken. Ripken backhands it, throws. I don't think they got him. Oh, they just got him. Nice stretch by Hernandez, 1 down. Chesbrough comes to the plate. We're going to pinch it for him. And we're going to go with Fred Tenney. I don't even... So Fred Tenney will come in to hit. Fred Tenney, 1903 season, 308, 1 home run, 46 runs batted in. And off righties with 314. 1 out, no one on. Here's the pitch to Tenney. And oh, Whitaker makes the diving stop and throws to Hernandez, robbing Tenney of a pinch hit single. So 2 outs. Nice play by Sweet Lou. Whitaker, who's in the game for the injured Ryne Sandberg. As Craig from RNGIDP says, going live in a while, getting everything ready. So let's all jump over there after this and give Craig our support. So 2 outs, base is empty, top of the order. Roy Thomas, he's 0 for 3. Rogers deals. Thomas swings, grounds to Ripken. Ripken throws to Hernandez, side retire. We need a new pitcher and a new catcher. And we're going to go with the lefty. We got all righties. Righty, switch, left. No, we're going to go with the lefty. Harry Sutter. Coming to pitch. There. Wow, we only have 1 catcher. All those players, and we only have 1 more catcher. Bresnahan will come in to catch. Holy cow. All those players, and there's only 2 catchers on the roster. I gotta remember that. Don't pinch hit for the catcher. So Rogers is at the plate. Here's the pitch by Sutter. And the season are usually for Sutter 1908. And Sutter was 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 save. 47 strikeouts. I don't know how he made the all-decade team. I guess he was good. 2.42 earned run average. For Bresnahan, 1906, Bresnahan batted .274, 1 home run, 41 RBIs. Top of the 9th, 3-2 lead for the 80-decade team. Here's the pitch to Rogers. And he singles to right. Oh, wow. Sutter, you stink. Rogers at first. Tim Raines comes to the plate. Tough to turn 2 with Raines, though he is batting from the right side now. Switching. And he's 0 for 4. So the windup and the pitch to Raines. And that's a shot to right center field. Rogers goes station to station. I'm not liking this Sutter guy. Bullpen action up. Here comes Lou Whitaker. Looking for his first this is his first at-bat, coming in for the injured Ryne Sandberg, who was player of the game up to that point. 2 on, no outs. Here's the pitch to Sweet Lou Whitaker. Sends a fly ball, shallow left center. Thomas makes the catch. 1 down. Rogers retreats to second. Wade Boggs, third baseman for the 80-decade team, 1 for 3. He has scored a run. The dead ballers want to turn 2. Sutter deals to the lefty Boggs. Boggs sends a fly ball deep to center field. Thomas on the run at the wall, shoots and makes the catch. What a play as he crashes into the wall. Rogers too far off the bag at second. Quickly retreats, didn't have time to tag up. So 2 outs, 2 on, 3-2 ball game. The dead ballers trying to keep it a 1-run deficit, get to the bottom of the 9th. Dwight Evans 1 for 3 with an RBI. And I think we're going to go back to our pen. .247. Let's do all pitchers. We're gonna stick with Sutter. Stick with Sutter. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Evans. Fly ball, left center field. Stone makes the catch at the track. Nice running catch by Stone. So Sutter, shaky to start with, but then gets the next 3 batters. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 1980 Decade Team 3, the 1900 Dead Ballers 2, Game 1 Best of 3, the Beatles Eternally Ultimate World Series Tournament, and the Dead Ballers need 2 runs to win, 1 to tie. LaJoy's 1 for 3. Rogers looking for the complete game victory. He deals to LaJoy. LaJoy singles up the middle, tying run at first. Freeman will bunt him over. We're gonna play it straight up with the sacrifice bunt. Carter goes out to the mound. They set the defense. Here's the pitch to Freeman. He drops it down. He only plays to first. Whitaker covers. Rogers throws to him. So 1 out. LaJoy's at second base. Tying run. Excellent base runner, LaJoy. And here comes George Stone. He made a fine running catch to end the bottom of the top of the ninth. 1 for 3. Chance to tie it up here. Rogers up to 81 pitches, good for 130. Righty-lefty matchup. Rogers deals to Stone. And he strikes him out. Oh, wow. Rogers has gone 8 2/3, 3 hits. 2 strikeouts. Those runs were unearned. As the 80 Decade team does have 3 errors. They've left 10 men on base. The Dead Ballers have only left 2 men on base, and they only have 3 hits. But 1 hit could tie this ball game up here. 2 outs. The fans who have come to Camden Yards to witness this tournament, all games we played at Camden Yards have enjoyed a doozy here. McGann 0 for 3. They have 67 RBIs in his year of choice. The windup and the pitch to Dan McGann. He sends that ball deep to right center field. Murphy on his horse, and he makes the diving catch to end the ball game. Holy cow, Dale Murphy, unbelievable. What a way to end the game. He raced to right center field. Evans was trying to get there. Murphy got there first. Outstretched diving catch at the warning track, slides into the wall. Ball game over. Unbelievable. 1980 Decade team takes game 1 3-2 over the 1900 Dead Ballers in a classic. Clinton Parks is just a reminder, Al. Buck Freeman led the 1903 American League in home runs. Ken Castro says, damn. Well, that was a fun game. We'll have another game tomorrow. Different series, though, from here. Tomorrow or the next day. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I did my best I could. Good question, Clinton. Who else is on the 80s Decade team? We'll go through that at a later date. Adi Murphy says, great game, great ending to a great game. It was a fun game. I'm going to quickly do the box score. Bear with me a moment, and then I'm going to call it a stream. I'm a little tired. My voice is going on me. But as always, first we'd like to say thank you to Jerry Ball, who says, wow. Audie Murphy again says, great game. Clinton, we will go through the team. I'm actually going to do a separate stream for that. That's a good point, Clinton. I should have thought of that. I will do that next before I even do a game. I'll go through the teams, and all players are eligible. So thank you to Clinton Parks, Ken Castro, Craig from RNGIDP. We're going to go support him now, and let's support him and Clinton Parks and all the other friends of the channel who have streams. Thank you to D. Scott Howard, Jerry Ball, Tribes Fan. And if I missed someone, I apologize. I'm scrolling up. We had a good time. It was a good game. Thank you for coming back. And this was for Beatles Eternally. This is his tournament. And I know you guys like Dead Ball. I think this would be a cool little project. It'll go on for a little while. And don't forget about my heavyweight tournament. I did a Frank Bruno-Roy Jones fight. It was absolutely marvelous. If you haven't watched it, if you want, check it out. And thank you to Beatles Eternally. All right, I think I got everybody. So let's all go check out Craig. He's killing me with that name. At RNGIDP. Jerry Ball says goodbye to everybody. All right, let's do the box score. We're calling the stream. Rogers with a complete game victory. 9 hits, 9 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. None of them were earned, as there were 3 errors. Struck out 2. So he threw a 3-hitter and 2 unearned runs. He gets the win. Chesbrough takes the loss. 8 innings, 10 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, struck out 5. Sutter pitched a scary top of the 9th. 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs, and he got out of the jam. He gave up 2 hits, excuse me. Then he got the next 3 batters out on deep fly balls. Let's go to batting. We're just going to give you the hits for the dead ballers. They only had 3, and LaJoie had 2 of them. He was 2 for 4, and Stone had the other one. The RBI, Freeman, on a ground out or a sacrifice fly, I don't remember exactly, and Bradley also on an out. So that's small ball at its best. I probably bunted a little too much. I'll change that up, and I'm going to pick my own lineup. The computer left Wagner out. I'm going to pick my own lineup. I let the computer pick both lineups. Ryan Sandberg, 3 for 4, but he's injured. I don't know if he's out. Raines, 1 for 5. Sandberg, 3 for 4 with a run scored, an RBI. Henderson pinch ran. Whitaker came in to play defense. He was 0 for 1. Boggs, after the injury to Sandberg. Boggs, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a walk. Evans, 1 for 4 with an RBI. That was a sac flyer, I think. Hernandez, 2 for 4 with an RBI. That was the game-winning RBI, his double. Ripken, 1 for 3 with a walk. Murphy, unbelievable defense. Co-player of the game, in my opinion, with all the great plays he made in center. He was racing all over the place. Left center, right center. 1 for 4. He struck out twice. Carter, 1 for 4 with a run scored. And Rogers, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. See who they picked for player of the game. Rogers was player of the game. Co-players of the game. Rogers and Sandberg with an honorable mention to Murphy. Unbelievable defense. Sandberg was injured. It was only for today. I think I did put that injury thing in where it's only for the game. Here's the killer. The dead ballers didn't have anyone on base. And they were still hung in there, almost had a chance. And they played some really tough defense when necessary, as the 1980 decade team left 10 runners on base. Go to the recap quick. 1980 decade team scored in the first. 1 run on 2 hits. Evans hit a sac fly, 1-0. The dead ballers came right back in the bottom of the first. 1 run on an error. Buck Freeman hit a grounder to tie the game. So they took advantage of the opportunity. Then the dead ballers went ahead 2-1 as they scored 1 run on 2 errors. Bill Bradley hit a sac fly, made it 2-1. Hernandez doubled scoring Boggs. That tied the game. I think I said that won the game. I apologize for that. So he tied the game with his double. Boggs scored. See, I got it mixed up. I knew Carter scored. I just had it mixed up. Sandberg singled scoring Carter. That was a game-winning hit. So Carter 1 for 4 with 2 errors. Oof. Dale Murphy 1 for 4. And listen to this. 4 great plays. You know what? He's also co-player of the game. Ryan Sandberg 3 for 4 with a double. Rogers got the win. Chesbrough the loss. So in game 1, best of 3, the dead ballers lose 3-2. They need to come back and win game 2 or they are out of the tournament. Hello, Mike McAllister. Hope all is well. Alrighty. We're going to call it a stream. Thank you very much for watching Health, Happiness. And remember, let's go check out RN, GIDP, and Craig. He's going to be rolling the game, and he does a wonderful job. So, thank you very much. Please hit the like button if you like this. If you're not a subscriber and you're watching later, think about subscribing, sharing. Let's try to grow my channel and the friends of the channel, such as RN, GIDP, Clinton Parks, and all the other channels, great channels. So, thank you very much. Health, happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless, and let's go see Craig on RNGDIP. Peace!